Okay, so I'm here with Ravi, and Ravi, you work in networking, right? So firstly, can you explain to us what it is you do at AWS?
Yeah. So I'm Ravi Kiran, and I have experience of around 10 to 12 years in networking. And I grew up with the internet, the early stage of internet. As I grew up, I got more interested, and I wanted to know how it works under the hood. Then I got pursued engineering and computer science, and that helped me become specialized in networking. And throughout that, I got an opportunity to work in AWS.
Can you actually explain what a computer network is?
So a computer network is nothing but multiple devices connecting together, which is able to share information and share data among themselves. And it has multiple components. It can have like a physical component and the software component. Physical components could be like servers, which store data, which processes data. Then you can have routers, which will manipulate what traffic or how the data is transferred. And then switches, which connects all these devices together. And then we have the software component, which brings all this together, which ties all these physical components and makes the internet work.
So I basically have heard that these devices use rules, which are called protocols, which basically directs where the internet's going to go on the device.
Yeah.
Can you explain a bit more about these protocols?
Yeah, definitely. So protocol is nothing but a language which every device uses. So it helps us to have some uniformity and also interoperability between multiple systems. And we have multiple protocols like TCPs, which make sure that data is reliable. Then we have HTTPS, which will make sure your browser is able to load that particular data. Then you have SMTP, which is making sure how your email is being transmitted. And you have TFTP for sending large amount of data. These might be like single protocols, but they all work together for any sort of data to communicate and transmit over the internet.
Okay, so I think one of the most famous protocols is Internet Protocol IP. Yeah. Can you explain that a little bit?
Yeah, Internet Protocol, it's like a unique address which is on the internet, which you announce yourself. You can think of it as like your mailing address or your postal code. So without that, you won't be able to communicate or show yourself on the internet. So we use this information. If someone is sending the data, they should be able to find you in this manner.
There's so many abbreviations. There's URL, DNS. Can you explain what these two are? Because it can get a little bit confusing.
Definitely, yeah. So we spoke about the IPs, but if you announce yourself with the IP address, the world can't remember your IP address. So there are billions and billions of IP addresses, and it's highly impossible. So what we do is URL, which is nothing but Uniform Resource Locator. So it is what it has like a name associated with that particular IP address. It can be like www.google.com. So instead of remembering the IP address, you just remember the URL. And then we have the DNS, which is nothing but the domain name system. So it is like the internet phone book of the internet. So it will help you map the IP address with the domain name.
For someone who wants to get into computer networking, what advice would you give them?
Yeah, I would highly encourage everyone to get into computer networking. It's quite interesting, but I would ask them to start off with the OSI layer, and there are like multiple layers in it. Make sure you understand the first 4 layers, understand TCP, routing, switching, and the physical layers, and also get towards pursue networking certification like a CCNA, CCNP, and also get hands-on with all this stuff. So there are multiple free tools which you can use, and that will make your networking skills better. Yeah.
Ravi, thank you so much for explaining everything about computer networks to me. I really appreciate it.